vlog. If you're new here, my name is Haley Hoffman Smith, and I'm the friend who helps you bring your pipe dreams to life through manifestation and motivation. Okay, let's situate the vlog. It is currently Monday morning. It's not morning, it's afternoon, holy cow. It's 1:55 p.m. The morning felt like it got away from me because I got my eyelashes touched up. And then just finished a workout, washed my face and like rinsed off in the shower and just did my makeup. I'm gonna hang out with friends this week. But I have been getting back into spiritual vloggy vlogs, meaning I take on like a lesson or a concept for the week and apply it. This was like my OG way of doing vlogs and I really love it. And I just feel like I'm getting back to like who I am at the core lately after like a crazy year. So it feels fun to be back. What the universe is screaming at me to take on this week is unplugging. I like don't want to do it, and so I know that's kind of like why I have to. I spend a whopping 10 hours, 44 minutes a day on average on my phone. And when you like are a TikTok creator, like you're on Instagram and you have like clients who text you, and obviously like I'm texting like friends too in like a social sense, like it's very hard to be off your phone. But I've noticed lately that I will just like refresh, like I'll go to TikTok, I'll see the notifications, and I'll go to Instagram, see the notifications, and I'll go to my email, and I'll just be like hopping around the three. And I always get like that little dopamine hit from opening up the app because there's always a notification. Like there's always some swoop up in views that I can check, or a new number of followers or comments or likes, or like seeing how something's performing. And I'm so grateful to have that in my career because I really feel like I'm making an impact and it feels like my content is doing really well. But at the same time, it does run my life, like checking on it. And the thing about that too is like, if that is running my life, then the creation piece is kind of on the back burner. I saw this extremely vividly this past weekend. I was at my parents' house in Richmond where I sleep extremely well. Like I literally fall asleep and stay asleep for like 12 hours. It's really bizarre. So I had fallen asleep at 10:30. I wake up the next morning at almost 10 a.m. and I'm like always wake up at 7. So it's so bizarre. So I wake up, I'm just going to check the time on my phone because I couldn't believe it on the clock. I was like, this clock has to be broken. And I immediately saw all these text messages, and then just laying there in bed ended up like getting back to text, checking TikTok, checking Instagram, checking YouTube, checking my email. Like before you knew it, like I was flooded. Whereas previously I'd been so good at like having my morning routine, like probably an hour before checking my phone, doing meditation, like being on the Peloton, reading in the morning, which is what makes me feel really grounded. And it's not just about like how I got off track on one day, it was what I noticed. I was sitting there on my phone and I saw this very clear like symbolic visual of all the time that I was spending like looking at my phone was like seeping this energy out of my space, and that I only had this limited reservoir or reserve of energy for the day. And I saw very distinctly like I could either spend this like consuming this content, or I could spend it creating, like whether that means like creating a TikTok or like writing something, or creating in like a manifesting sense, like creating the life that I want, because I've been so into visualizations and quantum leap meditations lately. So after I saw that, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But you do tend to get into like a spiral where you're almost sucked in like this rabbit hole of it. And for me, it's super weird because it's like, it's not just being on TikTok and like, you know, scrolling the For You page and getting stuck there. I literally got in this weird thing where I'm like hopping from app to app, getting my little dopamine hit. Like I'm like a little dog chasing the treat around and around and around. But it's only when you're like in the present moment, like in the times that I've been meditating, that I've been working out, that I've had like a liminal moment is what it's called, where you're like weeding and you're not like entertaining your mind immediately, that I've had really good ideas, whether it be for content or just like a really good business strategy idea, or just like, oh, I know where I should go for dinner tonight, like intuitive hits. So all that to say, to really set us up for success, this week I'm gonna be extremely intentional about spending more time off my phone, which I think is the best possible week for that, because next week is Slingshot Sessions. Tonight is the night that Slingshot Session sales close, and so after tonight I don't really need to be on my phone necessarily like answering questions about tickets. My team is really good and well versed at all of that. I'm not saying like I'm gonna be off the grid, like off my email, but I just think it's a week that's pretty chill leading up to next week, and I really do need my focus. And at the same time, I'm gonna be doing some fun things this week with friends, maybe like exploring the city, just like kind of having a vacation week in New York now that spring is upon us, and just kind of like getting ready for a few things that are coming up. So it'll just be a good opportunity to notice when I want to reach for my phone and try to get that average down. So I'll be telling you guys like as we go, and like learning tips and just seeing how it goes. I'm gonna be kind to myself, but also mama's got to get it together. The other thing that is this week that actually makes it a little bit more challenging to not be on my phone, so it'll be a good little tester, is that I am finally announcing the launch date of my song, Worth the Flight. Oh my gosh, I haven't said it. This is like my first time saying it to a camera. I just have to, I'm like, you guys are gonna hear this after, but the launch date is gonna be May 27th. There's a whole backstory behind it. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram, like what that story is and why the date is so significant to me, and it just feels so fated that that's a Friday this year of all the days of the week that it could be, and Friday is the day that new music comes out. So I'm gonna be sharing that officially with like the album cover. I'm gonna be sharing a video of when I showed my dad the song and his reaction, which is like such a special video to me, and it was so emotional. Like we were both extremely emotional, and sharing that, like obviously I wanna know immediately like what everybody's thinking about it and what they're saying and like how it's performing, but I also think that's why I need to make sure I'm off my phone, so I can share that amazing good news, but have some balance there, so I'm not tied to my phone like looking for validation in people on the internet, even though like a lot of them are my community members and my friends and like people I really love. Like just really having that moment for me and not letting anything dilute that, such as like how well a piece of content is performing with an announcement like that versus like how it could potentially not perform well, which I'm not entertaining that option, but I just don't want that to be in my head. Like I want to be really rooted in myself and my dreams. So anyways, this is the longest intro to a vlog ever, but I hope some of it resonated with you at least, because I know we all kind of collectively as a humanity have an issue on our phones. So with that, I am going to probably head to lunch, maybe do a bluestone walk, get this week started. And I also got a lot of new furniture that's been arriving for my office, and then I also got lamps that are gonna be for my bedroom, so I have to put those all together. I got a vanity mirror that I need to figure out where that's going. So fun things are occurring too, and yep, mark the calendar. I put the pre-save link down below. Worth the Flat is coming out May 27th, baby.
I was just somebody longing for someone to hold me. It could be anybody, but you chose me somehow. Now
Hello you guys, it is Tuesday, May 10th, 17 days till release date, and I am going to go live at 6:23 p.m. with the announcement of the song release date, May 27th, and the album art. And the whole story behind like May 27th and the song and all of it. And then I'm gonna do like a little giveaway for the pre-save / pre-order. So I'm getting the vibe right. I'm playing one of my favorite songs of all time that I would play but YouTube would copyright me, called There's Still Light in the House. And I can't believe it's coming up so soon. Okay, I'm popping open non-alcoholic champagne. Oh my gosh. Woo! And everything ready to press post. Also, taste test. Let's see if this is even good. Tastes like Moscato. Cheers to Worth the Flight.
all the time like crazy, knowing you're here by my side, and I was doing fine on my own, but baby, you make me a whole lot better.
Good morning, you guys. It's Thursday morning, May 12th. I just had my whole morning routine down. I meditated for 25 minutes with the Joe Dispenza meditation. I read some of the book, Becoming Supernatural, had my coffee, made my protein shake, and I'm about to hop on the Peloton for probably a 20-ish minute ride with Alex. Today is a really big day. I'll explain more soon. Well, I don't really want to call it a big day, but I have something big today that I think is exciting. Whichever way it goes, I'm pretty like open, but I'm definitely feeling that in the air. And I also just needed to pick up the camera because I've been really good this week of staying off my phone. Okay, let me say, I also have been watching the Tyler Henry show, Life After Death. And so whenever I'm watching that show, I'm really pointed about putting my phone elsewhere. Like before, I've been doing Netflix and scrolling at the same time or something like that, which does not help. So I was watching a lot of that yesterday. I kind of had a rest day, but then I've just been like out and about, like spending good time with friends, going to some good restaurants, and just being really intentional about not being with my phone, which has made meditation so much easier. So all of that's been really good. And as a result, I've been kind of like behind on filming TikToks a little bit. I think I just noticed that when I'm filming a lot of TikToks, I'm really on my phone because obviously I'm filming it, I'm coming up with new ideas, I'm like checking to see how things perform. So I need to strike like a balance with that. But I think just having yesterday like pretty much off, like I filmed a few TikToks, but off is so helpful. And now I'm gonna hop on this bike and then get into the good day. I need to clean my desk, but I put up white curtains. Originally, if you guys remember, they were like brass curtains. And because it's cloudy, it's not really capturing how beautiful it is, but like the white makes all of the difference. And I got a new vanity mirror. I'm still trying to figure this out because obviously this looks so stupid, but I have a new desk coming soon. Okay, I'm off the Peloton. My skin routine is done. And I actually want to show you guys behind the scenes of something really cool, something I did with Worth the Flight and didn't record when I did it with Worth the Flight, which would have been really cool now that Worth the Flight's coming out. But my next song is called Gray. And basically what we do is I wrote Gray all a cappella. So I wrote it without the piano, without the guitar. It came to me, I was like singing it out loud. That's how I wrote it. I sent that to my producer, Ethan, and he has put together chords like on the guitar. What's frustrating for me as a new musician is that sometimes I'll like hear something in my head and I won't know how to play it on the guitar or the piano. I'm like, which chord is that? How do you do this? Like, I almost feel like I'm a little bit clairsentient. Like I can hear songs come through, but I'm still learning like what certain chords mean. I did 6 years of piano when I was younger. So I have like a general sense and that's enough, but like only just for like a few chord progressions. So anyways, basically for this demo, and we build upon the demo to like come up with like the production track before I go into the studio and record it, he has come up with the chords. And now I'm going to listen to what he came up with, like basically the instrumental, very rough, of the song and record it. I'm gonna record it on my nice podcast microphone. Then he overlays that. So he'll overlay my vocals with his track. Basically from there, we'll start to make production shifts and changes. Like, oh, let's add in strings here. Let's add in a beat here. Let's see what we want to do with this. But it's like establishing the foundational baseline of the song. So without giving the whole song away, I'm just gonna share a few sneak peeks of that as I get it done. Literally still in my sports bra. That's okay, it's the real thing. This part is always stressful because even though I'm recording it on my own, I still get a little bit nervous because I'm like, ooh, he's gonna be listening to this track a lot. Whew, okay. Still working with my vocal confidence, but I believe in myself. So this is actually my first time singing it. Like I sang it a little bit when he sent me the chords, but we'll see how it goes. It's always this thing with like timing and if I get lost in the song. So we'll see what happens. And now I found a new dawn, but I fear the colors changed or not, cause I'm too colorblind with my heart. We keep colors dry from the rain. Did the song change key, or are you singing to me? Okay, it definitely took me a while to get in the vibe of that song, so I'm basically going to export this, and then I want to redo the beginning part, because something that I'm dealing with like a lot as I'm singing is still like working on that confidence, and like I haven't done voice lessons in forever. Like I did that one back in January, and so sometimes when I'm singing, like especially at the beginning of a song, when I'm getting into it, I like don't fully trust my voice, and then what comes out doesn't sound very good, and then I like don't trust my voice further. The more that I just like let myself get into the music, I kind of like separate from my ego with it, and I think it sounds way better. I just think like redoing the beginning part, and then Ethan can work with it. I just had a sweet green salad. I got ready, and now I can tell you guys what I'm doing. I'm heading to a pretty major record label to meet with one of their A&R people. I honestly don't really know what this meeting's about or what it entails. They have heard my song, so that's really exciting, but I don't know if it's gonna be like a conversation about working with them, or it's gonna be just like tips on being in the music industry, but obviously I had to put my best foot forward and do my makeup nicely. I tried to put my hair back. I wish it looked a little more slick, still tracking down bobby pins, but it definitely feels like a very significant big day regardless, even just like to be able to go into a label. Like, it's my first time ever walking into a record label, and especially one that's this big. And that's also like the really exciting part about the fact I live in Manhattan. Like, I haven't really done in-person meetings for anything since moving here. You know, I'm here and then I do all these Zoom calls, and this is my first time where it's like, yeah, like come into the office and let's have a meeting. And so anyways, I'm about to head over there. I was nervous most of the morning and now I'm just calm. There's no expectations. Like, I just feel like it's a good experience. It's gonna get me where I need to go. It all came together so beautifully and easily, and I always feel like that's a really good sign. But I also didn't start out my music career like with the intention of getting a record deal. So it's not like I feel like this is a make or break thing for me. I feel very confident in myself as an independent artist, and putting out Worth the Flight independently, obviously, which is still gonna happen May 27th, baby. It's just cool that this opportunity has come up, whatever the heck it means. So I'll keep you guys posted. You know, I thought like, oh, that shouldn't be something that I share publicly, but it's like, of course it should. I've shared my entire life experience and like all my dreams with you guys, and it's cool to see the behind the scenes, like no matter how it goes. So let me show you the fit. I'm gonna wear my Louboutins, which are so hard to walk in, but hopefully since I just have to walk in, it's fine. This is the dress. I rented it from Nuuly and I just hadn't worn it yet, and I was like, okay, actually that's kind of perfect for it. I'm gonna carry my Celine bag, my tried and true. From up here, I kind of look like Marilyn Monroe when she wears her hair up and like with a white dress, but okay, let's do this. I'm home and it went so well, so well. It's Friday morning, it's a cloudy morning in Manhattan. I made my coffee. I did my 25-minute Joe Dispenza meditation, which was really good. And I'm heading into a pretty busy day. I had 3 coaching calls today. I didn't do coaching at all this week since I had someone in town, and I was just getting stuff ready with my song release and had other meetings. So I'm definitely looking forward to some coaching calls today, like especially if it's been a while. I'm like, I miss them, and I have like a lot of fun on coaching, of course. In between some of my coaching calls, the painter's coming back to add another coat of pink paint to this wall because it was dark blue before. It looks a little bit darker than I think it's supposed to, so just like one more an added layer of pink. That third layer I think will do a lot to make it pop. And he's gonna touch up a little bit in my bedroom too with the purple. Next week is slingshot sessions, so I'm just gonna be getting ready for that. I'm definitely gonna like be spending the day mostly without my phone, and also trying not to peek at like the messages app on my laptop. I have definitely been noticing as I've been making this shift, like just how much I don't want to be on my phone the more that I spend time without it. And I think the major adjustment for me so far has been like, I haven't filmed less than this week in a long time. It almost feels like when I'm on my phone a lot, it's easy to make a ton of TikToks, like a ton of content. But if I'm not on my phone and I'm like getting immersed in other things, it's kind of hard to switch gears and get back into like the gear of being on my phone and creating. And so I just need to be, I guess, a bit better about like making that distinction of like, okay, I'm gonna go on my phone right now for filming. I'm not gonna get sucked into the whole of like scrolling or texting or any of the things that I get distracted by. Instead, I'm gonna be doing this for like the sake of creation and like still trying to make that a more regular routine. Or if that means not like content batching, but if that means today I'm gonna sit down for an hour and like solely work on content for an hour on my phone, then that's good because it's introducing intention. But for the most part, it's been pretty easy to just like keep my phone to the side and focus on what I need to focus on. And it definitely is one of those things where like you don't really miss it, but it is like almost like a little bit of a lifestyle change. So I've been like regaining my focus and putting it elsewhere. So anyways, into this first coaching call I go. Happy Friday. Call was so good. I just ordered from my favorite place in the city. It's called Modern Bread and Bagel. It's completely gluten-free, and they have a really good cappuccino. Like, I didn't even know I liked cappuccinos, and one day I was like, that sounds good, let me just order it from there, and now I always want it. And a gluten-free toasted everything bagel with plain cream cheese. I used to love, more than anything, bagels in college. Like I'd have it every morning. Are you kidding me? That looks so good. But I haven't been able to have it in forever because of going gluten-free, but this place, my mouth is watering. I need to turn off the camera. Good morning, you guys. Well, actually, I think it's good afternoon. It's 1 p.m. on Saturday. I started the day by getting a massage. And last night, Ankita and I went and saw this movie called Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. It was a really good movie. It's about parallel realities. I'm still like digesting a lot of it, but it was so long. We went to it at 9:30, which is pretty late anyways, but in my head I was like, oh, okay, I'll be done by 11. I'll probably get home 11:30. I'll just go to bed like a little later than usual because I usually go to sleep around 11. Well, this movie was 2 hours, 19 minutes. And so I didn't go to sleep last night until about 1 a.m. So I almost feel hungover, even though I didn't have a sip of alcohol, just like staying up late, having, of course, like movie theater popcorn and soda. And so that, plus then like having a lazy morning and a massage, I just feel like, oh, I really need to get my mojo back, my hustle. So I'm about to put my phone aside in the spirit of the vlog and just get a lot of things prepped for Slingshot next week. I'm not behind on work by any means, but sometimes I like just like putting more of my attention into it, especially because I have a lot going on right now with the song coming out soon and that promotion. Like on the other side of my business, like Slingshot sessions, Dream Away stuff could use a little bit more of my attention. And I think it just feels good to me to do some of that heads down work. When I was in college and when I was running my nonprofit way back forever ago, I would spend like whole Saturdays having like the biggest cup of coffee over my laptop, working, hustling, and it just felt so good to me. Like it was like the most expansive, energizing use of the day. And obviously my work has changed since, like as I've been talking about, like posting on TikTok, you know, and doing filming. It's different than doing like the really heads down work, and I obviously love that aspect of it. But it's been a while because I'm usually doing like meetings with my team and they do the heads down work for me, or like, you know, coaching calls, or I don't know, just it's been a while since I've been like, okay, let me sit down, put pen to paper, knock some things out strategy wise, brainstorming wise, and go from there. So phone is going away. Where should I put Mr. Phone? Maybe I will put him in my silverware drawer because there's no silverware in here right now. Okay, bye, Mr. Phone. Have a good day. I love a good pumpkin candle for focus because it smells like fall, which reminds me of like getting back to school, starting up the school year again. Best energy.
I saw the city passing by my window. Was in the crowd, but I felt so alone. Looked at my phone like every other second. My future was blurry and numb.
Gonna take another brief break to make a protein shake. Nothing like a nice dishwasher full of clean dishes. Feeling on top of things. And to add an extra protein today, I'm actually gonna put in some almond butter. Ah, so good. It's so interesting, like I'm filling up these pages, I'm in a really good mojo already. It's making me just want to like not look at my phone the rest of the day and like study books because I've been reading Becoming Supernatural and it's so good. Or even, I mean this isn't on your phone, but watching something on like Gaia about spirituality, like all these things I really love and just fully immerse myself in it. But I'm noticing at the same time that I'm having these fears come up of like, well, what are my like friends gonna think if they can't get a hold of me? Or should I tell them that I'm gonna put my phone away, but then that's stupid? Like, am I always gonna do that? I don't know, I'm just noticing that tension. So I think today is gonna be a really good experiment. Another thing is like I really need to order groceries, and for some reason right now I don't even want to grab my phone, and I think it's partly because I know every single time I need to go on my phone to do something, like I'm like, oops, didn't practice Italian today, which I need to do, or I need to order groceries, or I'm ordering a meal, or I need to get back to that person. It's almost like my brain knows that I always slip into, okay, well then let me check TikTok and Instagram. I don't know, we're gonna see how this one plays out. I feel like I'm coming face to face with it today, and it's the perfect day to do it because I don't have any plans, and I really do feel like I want to be by myself and just like get some good heads down work done. And maybe I can even experiment with like, you know, making TikToks with my phone on Do Not Disturb and then immediately putting it away later. So I love making my TikToks and I don't want to give that up. But maybe what I'll do is order my groceries, taking out my phone. Okay, order groceries and do nothing else on my phone. It's a one-stop shop. It's a, a one-task shenanigans thing. Ugh, okay, I realized I hadn't posted a reel today, so I just posted over from TikTok, something I posted yesterday. It's fine, I'm gonna stay focused now. Uber Eats, time to go to groceries. Nothing like vlogging yourself, trying to be without your phone more, because I'm really seeing face to face where I'm having some issues. But I'm doing the work, you know? I just had to check my text, but this one's just so cute. It's my friend Kiyomi. She's one of my best friends. She lives in Denver, and I just got this voice memo from her.
Haley, I'm literally walking around the whole house being like, one look and it was you were a stranger. It's literally stuck in my head.
She's singing Worth a Flight, but she messed up the lyrics. One look and you were a stranger. Too good. Put this here as accountability to solely order groceries. Okay, this has been successful and it's only taken a few minutes. I think I might need to go to the actual grocery store later though, because I mentioned this on my last vlog, but I have been having a difficult time with meat lately. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk about it sometimes. I've been okay with fish, so I think I'm like in a pescatarian mood. And then I had pepperoni on my pizza a few days ago and that felt fine, but I haven't been able to have bacon. I've not been able to have ground beef, hamburgers, steak, none of that. And so I'm really trying to make sure I'm getting a lot of protein in, that plant protein, so, and like seafood, so shrimp, scallops, the type of seafood that I like. So I am just gonna order this. They didn't really have fresh shrimp, so maybe I'll go there later to the grocery store, but I got like quinoa, vegetables. Like yesterday I just put some broccoli and sweet potatoes in the air fryer, and I was gonna make it with rice, which I should have done because I was starving yesterday. But yeah, just like trying to have very like plant heavy meals, and I honestly feel way better. And I haven't, the only shift has been, it's kind of annoying to be cutting red meat out of my diet because it's like the main thing I would eat. Like I'd have a steak a week, I'd have bolognese pasta, hamburgers, like I ate it so much. And so I almost think my body hit a phase where it was like, absolutely not, I can't do that anymore. And so at least it grosses me out. Like if I was deciding to cut it out, but I still want it all the time, that would be way harder. But it's definitely been a interesting opportunity. I won't say a challenge. It's been an opportunity to be more mindful about what I'm putting in my body, and I want to be really on top of it this week too, because of slingshot sessions, rather than like ordering in for every single meal or going out for every meal. I think right now I'm feeling very fatigued from going out to eat, and I just want to get on top of this for myself. So maybe to the grocery store later. I don't know what led me here, but I started to think about the vlog where I set up my piano for the first time, and that was the day that I wrote Worth the Flight. And so I've literally watched it twice because it's just so wild. I'm gonna link it. You guys have to watch it. It's just encouraging me so much, and I can't believe I have footage from that day because I remember how much resistance I felt setting up the piano, and then my camera died, which I almost think was like good. Like I just needed like the moment with like me and the piano, and I just started like playing on the piano, and the song came to me, and it's so cool to look back on. And so I also feel like that's something else I want to do today. I have a lot of like bits and pieces of songs that have come to me. Look at this chaos behind me. This is like indicative. This is a metaphor. Maybe just spending some time with each of those songs and seeing what else I can write. I wrote this song in the shower in Vegas when I was there for the Grammys, and I've literally done nothing with it, but it just goes, I had a dream that you did all the things that you never did. And I'd clip my wings, give up my voice to sing, to cause the shift. Watching the pupils in your perfect eyes dilate, when you look at me and tell me it's too late. But the way that we move, yeah, it tempts fate. But I can't wait for you. Oh yeah. Little Peloton ride done. Literally felt so good. Endorphins are flowing. I was just feeling kind of meh. I was doing a meditation and I just kind of felt like in my body, and I wanted to record a podcast episode about quantum leap meditations, and I just knew in my soul, if I want to make this episode really good and juicy, I need to set myself up for success and get some endorphins going, and I feel so much better. It was just 15 minutes. Like, I'm only doing it for like 10 to 15 minutes, just enough to start to sweat, and it makes the world of a difference. So getting everything set up to record this, I think it's just gonna be really good, since I have just been crazy about these meditations, as I keep telling you guys. And I want to go over the science of quantum leaps, because Joe Dispenza talks about it a lot, how I've been doing it, and the shifts that I've already had in my life. So, okay. That podcast turned out baller. That was a really good one. Okay, so tonight for dinner, I am going to get creative with my veggies. I am going to put a few things into the air fryer, the easiest way to make dinner. Mushrooms, broccoli, and then chickpeas. I think that should be pretty good. Originally, I kind of wanted like a salad because I got some fresh cucumbers and tomatoes. Maybe I'll do that on the side, but I could do it with some rice. I don't know. We're getting experimentative. Is that a word? I learned about putting chickpeas in the air fryer from Ankita. She always does it when she makes me salads, and this is my first time doing it myself. I also had to text her and ask if you can do the same with mushrooms in the air fryer, because I've only really thought about like sauteed mushrooms, but it should be good. Just put it all in the air fryer and see what happens. Ta-da! First time trying this. It's called the Amalfi Spritz. Hopefully it kind of tastes like Aperol, and it's non-alcoholic. God, I didn't mean to choke. This is actually phenomenal. Yeah, I really like that. Tastes like an Aperol Spritz. That's exciting.